Oh, look at that. There's yet another tower on this island. So this was where the cactus farm building used to be. Then I cleared it out, at least the above ground portion of the cactus farm, because the cactus farm, as you saw in the last video, maybe if you've seen it, cactus farm is still here. It's just smaller one level. And now there's a tower. Like I said, I wanted to build the tower sort of in a style of this building. So I just used simple shapes, only terracotta and concrete, and at the top I have white terracotta trim. I made an elevator to the floor here. Doesn't quite go straight to the top, but you know, I don't need the access to the very tippity top of every tower. I think this gives you a good impression of what this is. We can go up to here. Ow, 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 ow. There you go. So it's pretty tall. It's pretty tall. I don't know. It's like one tops out about 130, I think. And I did put in some light sources. You can barely see it there because I forgot to bring my spyglass. I put the copper lamp in there, and that should, I think, and there's another one like closer to the peak, so that should, I think, keep those blocks lit up enough that nothing should be able to spawn there. So that's the first change since last time. Oh yes, I did put in 2 new custom trees. I'm awful with building custom trees. I'm just terrible at this. But I think they look reasonably decent. They're okay. I don't hate them. And at the back I just put in some little bit of environmental terraforming there to just make this bit of terrain blend in with the rest. The central room here is also finished. So I have installed the output for the sugarcane farm, and right now this is pretty empty because I've been dumping sugarcane and cactus and kelp into these to make bone meal, to make bone blocks, because the build I'm working on right now, I need a lot of bone blocks, and I still don't have enough. And I have actually spent quite a bit of time farming bone meal for bone blocks. I do have the skeleton farm, but the spawn rate in it is not super. The skeletons don't spawn super quickly, so the farm works and it works fine. But the skeletons don't come quickly enough that you know, you can produce a lot of bone meal for bone blocks. That's why I have quite a bit high hopes for the Big Dig farm, which has already proven that it's able to produce quite a nice amount of drops. So yeah, I have sugarcane. I get because I had such massive amounts of sugarcane that I decided to turn a bunch of it to sugar, a bunch of it into paper. I have some map making stuff here. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember if I showed this in the last video. I think I did maybe, but just in case. I took out the signs that were documenting how long I've played on this world, and I replaced them with this book. So the progress document monument is still down there as well, but now I have the book, the remembrance document, and I have obviously the ones that are crossed out are the months that I didn't play. So you can see I've taken some quite long breaks from playing on this world. So far this year, I've played most of the time. I just take breaks when I feel kind of burnt out. But this year I have had enough new ideas for new projects, I suppose, that I haven't felt the need to take a break for more than a month at a time or anything. Oh yeah, all my levels are gone. I had like 220, now I'm down to 8 because I made a whole bunch of books. I also bought a bunch of mending books. I had a mending villager and I bought a bunch of mending books just in case. I even made a few new tools as well. I'm gonna just keep making books in the future until I fill out this whole library. Yeah, so the jobs board is moved, so the workshop is installed. I have the jobs board here. This is the loom for making banners and stuff, so I'm also putting in some resources here. These are like tools that I've been buying from villagers and some that I have had lying around. This is, I think, loot from old end raids and stuff that I looted and used, obviously. Or these maybe just like, I don't know, it's possible these are like super old tools that are years old that I just haven't not touched in years because since I had netherite gear. And I've decided to stop using the sword for a while because I typically have the sword and bow to have a melee and ranged weapon, and well, the trident is both in one if you have the loyalty enchantment. So I decided to replace my sword and bow with a trident for a while, and I've been enjoying it. It's just like loyalty enchantment and trident is really fun. Yeah, so the workshop is in. Oh yes, there's one more thing that I actually did here. For a long time, I had the dragon egg hidden away all the way over here in this little nook here. This is where the dragon egg was. But I realized that there's a better spot for it. There's a better spot for it. I may put else. I may once again. Let's try speaking normally. I may put something else in here, maybe like an enchanted suit of armor or something, because the room like is kind of like it's such a weird room with all the stuff on the walls that I don't want to just destroy it. But there was a better spot for the egg, for the dragon egg. So to find the dragon egg now, you have to go all the way through here. This is, I don't know if I've ever shown this on video. This is like a tunnel, and this is like this part of the build of the underground build is like years old. This is one of the I built all this in the first year or two of playing in this world. So this is supposed to be like an excavated skeleton of like a huge dragon or whatever, and there's a tunnel going through it, right? So you can see the bone blocks, kind of the ribcage. It is maybe like a serpent or something. I don't know. I gotta come down here. Yeah, I built this years and years ago. I started the world in 2019, so this is like all from 2019 or 2020 maybe. And there you go. Much better spot for the dragon egg, I think. I used to have a lectern with a book here. The book was, I think, empty. There was just nothing, and I just randomly put a lectern here. But so there's this room, and I think it just makes for a much better spot to display the dragon egg. And it's like very hidden away. If someone were to log into this world who doesn't know their way around, kind of stumbling upon this randomly would be kind of tricky, right? So I like that it's like hidden away in a faraway spot. I like it. So that's for the changes that I've made to the first island. Let me get out of here. Oh. Good thing I have all those haste beacons installed. Okay, out of the underground complex. And the big dig is still on hiatus. I've been working on something else. Nope. Okay. Oh yeah, another reason why all of my levels are gone is because I have actually made a few new tools. Made this. Obviously, since the changes with the netherite templates and all of that stuff, I haven't made any new netherite gear since all of those changes were made to the game, like a year or two ago, or maybe even longer than that. So I don't have the netherite smithing template to upgrade diamond tools to netherite. So I'm gonna have to go into the nether at some point soon to find one, actually. But I've made this tool, and I've made this one as well. Oh, and this one, yeah, that's that. I made that just earlier today, actually. So I have this is a loyalty trident, and this is the one I use as my main weapon now. But I didn't have a riptide one, so I made a riptide trident. And this is the current project. Finally began working on this research facility, laboratory thing. Not a research, a reactor, kind of like this is the facility that's going to be housing the big crystal that generates the power for the whole megabase, right? That's the lore, at least, that I came up with. So I still need, like, if you hold on, let me grab my, where are you? There you go. So if you see that gap in there, right there, and this bit right here, this is where all my bone blocks have gone. And I still need a bunch more. I still need, like, I don't know. I'm estimating probably at least 8 more stacks to finish this, because this is like just the front facade, right? Because this bit of bone blocks, it's like supposed to be encircling the beacon beam, yeah. So I need bone blocks to fill in this wall up to the top there and this bit right there. But the rest of the kind of outer wall of the building is finished. If you take a look from this side, there's this opening there which you can fly into. You're going to be able to land there with the elytra, right? And this will connect to this opening right there. And I also have another one over on this side, another landing bay. So this this kind of quarter of the of the bottom ring is starting to really come together. You know, I have this bit with the columns. I have the nether style castle, and I have the, you know, in this corner I have the industrial facility now. And this is like the rest of it, you know, just apart from the bone blocks, all the rest of the walls are actually already reaching the very top. Yeah. So basically the outer shape of this building is pretty much done. I have ideas for what to do on the inside. There's one bit of the interior space done. I've made the kind of, okay, so I'm using smithing tables as the floor blocks because the top texture of this looks really cool for you know, for a floor block. And they're pretty cheap to make because it's just some wood and 2 iron ingots to make one smithing table, and I have quite a large amount of iron stocked. So yeah, you can see that the interior space of this is just a mess so far, because I've been focused on building the outer shape of the building. But I have this bit of the hallway, which leads to, this is the wire access for the redstone wiring, right? And if you press this button, doors open. And this is actually the blast furnace, and the side texture of it like has this kind of cool sort of sci-fi look that I thought it would make a good block for, you know, like a radiation-proof door or something. This room on the other side is just mirror of the other one. Yeah, so I have the door, and yeah, I've enclosed the walls of this room, and I'm gonna like put in some, you know, sci-fi looking machinery, whatever, where, you know, it's gonna extract the power from the crystal, and I have ideas for what to do with this build. And also I think on this side I'm gonna put in like a viewing gallery. I'm gonna punch in a hole there and put in like, you know, the purple outline with the lime colored glass as like a viewing gallery for, you know, when stuff is going on in this room. So yeah, good progress on this build, and like sort of, you know, more sci-fi style than the fantasy is something that I don't typically do. So this has been a very refreshing change to build in this style rather than like, you know, this kind of thing or this kind of thing, which I build most of the time. So yeah, very nice change of pace there. Yeah, so I really like how this build came out. The details with the, you know, with the big pipes, and inside it's the slime block, which I think makes for a very good looking kind of, makes it look like there's this green liquid flowing inside the pipe. So I think that's that's a good choice of block there. And behind the lime glass of these windows, I actually have, you may have seen it inside, I actually have slime blocks so that, you know, it really looks green, you know, from the outside, so that it wouldn't catch some other color. So because I really wanted to, like, you know, it's supposed to be like a window, or I don't know if it's a window, maybe it's not a window, maybe it's something else, but it's a, I wanted it basically to have like, you know, the really kind of intense this lime green behind the glass. So I put in the slime blocks. And I think I'm gonna add like maybe one more of those pipes on this side, on this bit here, because it's because this side of the build has to be, you know, kind of connect with this build, then I couldn't push this stone bit out one block like I did on the other side of the build, like here, right? So this had to be all flush and flat. So to kind of counteract this bit of monotony there with the flat wall, well, the window already does a bit of that, but I'm gonna, I think, put another one of those pipes there. And it's super dark. Well, that's the end of the video anyway. So yeah, that's the update, and I think this is looking pretty good. Like I want to see it from the top actually. So let me. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Turned too early. Okay, let's go take a look from the top. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. I wish there was a way to set the level of magnification on the spyglass, because it like goes in really, really, really zooms in really far. I wish I could like. Is it like? Is there a way? I don't know. I don't think there is. I think it just has one level of zoom. So yeah, but you can see, I think it looks. I think it's looking really good. Yeah. So that's it. That's it for this update.